Good evening, Togepi. Welcome on in. How are you doing? I hope that you are well. Hello, Dice. Welcome on in. Hope that you're doing good. A bit flummoxed, though. Oh dear. Well, hopefully this will be deflummoxing to some degree, and if there's anything you want to chat about, we've got time. One of the rare times you're somewhat... well, it ain't a bad thing. Ain't a bad thing. That should do the trick. Now I have multiple eye lines in hopefully good place. I'm not wearing my earrings. Oops. Later. Hey. Jenny's awake. Settings should be set. Chat might not be on screen because I'm using the study layout, but we'll figure that out. You have a Pokemon Pearl save file where you beat the 8th gym and have a team of level 41s and a 38 giraffe rig, and you have no idea how that happened. Especially given that Volkner is pretty tough. But if I've shown anything, it's that you can scrape through even if you're at a 30 level deficit, just so long as your Pokemon have the right stats. Anyways, hello. Oh no, it is there. Okay, we're good. It's down there somewhere. Been hyperfixated on ARMS lately. ARMS, the game ARMS. Also, yeah, Mike is on the scene. Music is as well. Yes, the game. Okay. Well, perfect. Hello. Eyeline is here. Welcome to the Axamin show. I've got you all down here as well. I haven't taken it down yet. Yeah, I've seen someone make this before. Granted, I got it before I saw them make it, and then I was like, well, I'm Avocado. Yeah, it's an IRL night. I would do a puzzle, but I don't have one here. All of my puzzles are in California. Exciting. Yay. I like to bring excitement to the people. And also, Final Fantasy remixes. My desk is a little messier today, just by virtue of doing a different setup than when I recently did a show on Study Muffin for the first time in a while. You can bonsai most trees, including fruit pyramids. If you can't hear the music, that may be because I need to change a setting. Because I had to change a lot of my settings lately. How about now? Now? How about now? Can you hear it now? Okay. Yeah, I had to change all my audio settings recently. Sorry about that. Here, I'll restart the song. Oh, well, it went back an extra one. Whatever, it's fine. Enjoy it. Relish. Relish is good. I mean, I don't know about the topping. I've never had the hot dog topping. But anyways, so yes, today is going to be a Lego bonsai tree. I believe, yeah, this set comes with two versions. One which is green. When did Lego start getting chic? They've been doing these art sets for a while, maybe a few years at this point. There might be a copyright date on here. It says 2021. The year we don't speak of? Well, yeah. And Triggerfire is on this layout, so I probably just missed it. But so it can be green. It can also be pink. Pink. And I realized in doing a stream on Study Muffin earlier this week that because I have this, two-sided desk, I can have normal streaming setup with my green screen, but then I can have this for, like, if I wanted to do an IRL something, and this is a nice desk level. I have it sort of angled at the moment instead of straight on, just because of the way this space works. Real ones were there. Correct. There were people who were present. There are real ones, though, I would posit, that weren't there, but real ones were there. Anyways, I have not opened this. I got this, I believe, as a Christmas present circa 2022, 2023, 2023. I think it was 2023. I think I've had it for 8 months, not for 20. I'm hoping that's correct. How does one open it? By the way, it says that there are 878 pieces in this box, and it's 18 plus. +18. Oh, this is about to get naughty, I'm guessing. No one ever needs scissors. Aha! You see? Yeah, it has a finger here. It says I'm supposed to use my finger to do something. There's a... I don't know how helpful these box markings are. Need to make this stream restricted. There we go. That's one. Come on. There we go. Okay, so those are both now perforated. So what has that done for me? Does it allow me to... I can do that now. Okay. Hold on. Things are happening. This tree has an extra branch, if you know what I mean. Okay, you know what? I got it. And I can just... put this over here. I think I want to do the pink one. Just because I've seen it built as the green version, but I would like to do the pink version. Gosh, there are loose, stringy things. What are these stringy things? I should have put this at a better aisle. It's fine. There's a bag of dots. That's bag number 3, full of dots. There's bag number 6, which has brown. Bag number 4, which has the green leaves, and, like, a bunch of other odds and ends. Stud bag? Boy, Stud Bag was one of my early iterations of the potential names for Study Muffin. Yeah, the pink one... Oh my gosh, those are frogs. Oh my gosh, those are pink frogs. I didn't notice this until now, but... Because they didn't make, like, custom Lego bricks And so the cherry blossoms are actually all frogs? If I get that close, can you see it? Those are frogs. Can frogs be pink? Anyways, it's a bunch of frogs. So sinister. It's a little creepy, but in a way that I respond to. Okay, this is bag number 2. There's a blue block in here. Bag number 5 I'll probably need. This is bag number 1. I'm assuming I'm starting with bag number 1. That would make sense for numbers. Oh lord. There's a Lego Bonsai Master, or Le Maître du Bonsai Lego. One of the bouquet sets uses a pink Demogorgon head. Sounds right, sounds right. Ayant grandi en Nouvelle-Zélande, concept Lego, Nicolas Var a toujours apprécié les arbres et les plantes. Mais, admet ne pas être très doué pour s'en occuper. Heureusement, il n'y a un goût, mais il crée une magnifique horticulture à partir d'éléments Lego. Il a créé son premier bonsaï Lego dans le cadre de son travail sur la série Lego Ninjago. Et il est depuis devenu le spécialiste des bonsaïs au sein de l'équipe de conception Lego. Am I reading the French instructions? No, I'm reading the French flavor text. Bullshit.
Growing up in New Zealand, Lego designer Nicholas Voss always loved trees and plants, but admits to being pretty bad at looking after them. Luckily, he's much better at creating beautiful horticulture from Lego elements. His first Lego bonsai tree was created as part of his work with the Lego Ninjago series, and since then he's become the bonsai specialist within the Lego design team.
That's what the French I read said. And then, you know, they're talking about the different varieties of trees, one of which is a tree and one of which is frogs. Brandon's friend? No. I did the French in my normal voice. It uses the French instructions. I could do it. Okay, okay. So it's given me now context. So, bags 1, 2, and 3 will make the stand and the trunk. 4 would be used if I wanted to do the green version, 5 will be used if I wanted to make the pink, and 6 will make the stand. Already confused by this Lego. Good, perfect. That's what we want. Okay, so we're gonna start with bag number 1. I will not need 4 this evening. I'll want to make sure that I have... Oh gosh, why do I need 3 for the... Oh dear. You are a Lego. Are we not all Legos on this day of today? Who among us? I don't know if you'll get, like, Lego sounds. I can't totally turn the audio filtering off on my mic, because if I did that, everything would bad, because I've got a fan running. If I don't have a fan running, I will die. That's the Lego maneuver. This is the first piece that it said to get out. This flat beigey dude. Okay. I'm gonna name these Legos probably as I go along. You need the Lego to click when you put them together. You can add sound effects yourself. Dice, that is a comical message. Will I do that? No. No, I will not. Okay, so now I need some teeny steps. Okay, the teeny steps are in this little bag. Why is there a little bag in the bag? Isn't part of the fun supposed to be that you have to, like, sift through the Legos to find the Legos? I feel like that's what happened when I would build Legos as a kid. My sister got, like, a Pink Princess Castle Lego set that she never really showed much interest in trying to build, but I every now and again would try to build. But we had lost some of the Legos, so I never could build it. You could get, like, about a third of the way through the instructions before you got to one that was that had unexisted, disappeared. Okay, so now I put these half stairs with nodes. They have nodes on them. Put these like that and that. So it makes a this. "10 minutes without the instructions." I mean, kind of sounds fun. Tibahitch. Okay, now I get this piece. I did this wrong. Slightly. There we go. Fixed it! And now I have this, which I think will be broken. Which I think will be the, like, floor of the basin. I don't know. Symmetry! Woo! Go symmetry. Okay. So now it wants me to get these, oh gosh, I don't even know what to call it. It's this piece. So it's like, it's got 4 in the middle on one side that are bumped out, and then nodes on the end. But they're still relatively flat pieces, and it wants me to put one on, like, pretty much every side, and it will stick out. So, like, it essentially wants me to put these all around the perimeter. Is this commentary? Is this Let's Playing? Video games, whoa! I could do this as a speedrun. I won't, but I could. Lego speedruns would be great. This is a master craftsman's work. Thank you! I've always felt that way. This will be in the Olympics soon. Thank you! I've always felt that way. Okay, here we go, here we go. I did it! I made the shape. Now it has a perimeter. Okay, now I'm supposed to use dippy dots. I've got some of these dippy dots in this bag. Come on, give me, I need apparently 4 dippy dots, so give me 4 dippy dots. I can, oh my gosh, just let them out the, okay, just, okay, gently. I'm just gonna, it's all gently going to be on the desk. Okay, I need 4 dippy dots, and I need 4 freebies. Freebies are flat 1x3 pieces, and dippy dots are bump tabs. Bump tabs. It's a tab with a bump. Bump tab sounds vaguely drug-related, but I've chosen a word. Okay, so I need 4 of those dip dots, and I need 4 freebies. And then I'll have everything that I need. Yeah, exactly, Mafakata. But also, don't do that. Don't do drugs, kids. Unless they're prescribed to you by a physician. So I guess when someone says it like that, like if you're not a kid, are they saying not to not do drugs? It's like they're only commanding children. So it's like if you're an adult, can you just do whatever the heck you want? Sorry, I think it's important when Legoing to sort your pieces if you're gonna dump them out, which is what I have now done here in this little zone. I've got my Dippledops, I've got my corneroos, I've got my flat black squares, I've got my single dot gray bricks, I've got my flanges, I've got my circle nodes, and I've got my remover. Wow, Weasel already! Okay, so I need to find my 3Ds. Here's a 3D. One 3D. Two 3D. Three 3D. Where's the fourth 3D? There it is. I found the final 3D. I can put this over here. It'll be fine. It's not as though I have a fan running that, might knock things over. It's fine. It's fine. Everything has gotten chaotic already. It's fine. Alright. Now I put the 3Ds in the corners, and then the dipple dots, the white dipple dots, will go on either side of the step bump pieces from step 2. And then this is the gestalt that results. The dipple dots there, the 3Bs in the corners. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Everyone loves it. Okay, now there should be a gear square. I need a gear square. Here is a gear square. Oh, that is a different color than I was expecting. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so I placed the gear square in the corner. Or in the center. And then I place around it the corneroos. Just press everything in. Make sure to firmly press. Firmly press. Firmly press. A good firm press will do well for your Legos. And now there's a shape in the middle. And then I need more dipple dots. I need 4 more dipple dots. And I put them surrounding the gear square in a particularized pattern that I can't exactly represent vocally, but I will do with my fingers. How does it feel now? Any heft? Oh, there's such great heft. I think it's already feeling substantial. See? Now, doesn't that have the look? Right as soldiers. That's why we put on those dipple dots, folks. Now, moving on. We need 10 node rectangles. That is a piece like this. A 1x4 brick with nodes on the side and on top. We'll need 10 of those, so I will collect those pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. There we go. And I need these 4 single grey bricks. And then I'm prepared to go ahead and do an alternating pattern to make a balustrade on the outside. in order to completely form the perimeter of the base. Remember to give your LEGO creations a good balustrade. It's an important step. It adds a nice finish. Lovely. There we go. Now it's perfectly framed, and on the outside there are many nodes available. See, into which we'll be able to stick things in the future. Now, the next thing I'll need to do is find 1x10 flat bricks and append those as well as the flanges. The flanges which I've already separated out nicely from the mini bag. I only need 4 of the 1x10 flat bricks. These should be them. Lovely. And so, unlike the previous ones where we were building up, this time we'll be building out. Using the holes that we have on the outside of the structure, we'll be placing these bricks in such a manner as to essentially form a small lip on the basin. On the long sides, the 1x10s will go in the center, and on the short sides, the 1x10s will cover the entirety of the perimeter at that level. And then, to add dimension, we use the hinged pieces on the ends of the long sides, because that will produce this nice bump effect. You can see that there. Now this may be used with further ornamentation down the line. Now go, press in, make sure everything is nice and neat. And that completes step 9. Now on to step 10. For step 10 we need some rounded pieces, 24 of them to be exact. Most of which should be in this bag, if not full. These are more flat and provide a sort of smooth finish. If you'll look closer at the piece, you can see that on the outside it has no nodes. No nodes whatsoever. And we'll be placing these along the rim in order to produce a flat effect and to add further dimension. It's always nice to have these additors that give a smooth finish to the look. And you'll notice, oh, that's beautiful. It goes perfectly flush on the side. So that way, even for the lower level where it's more inset, it looks smooth and it looks nicely put together. Now, I would expect nothing less. But I do truly appreciate good detail work. And as we append them, you can see that it's just developing this nice shingled effect. Everything looks smooth. And we're covering up some of the external bumpy nodes, which, while are nice and utilizable, don't necessarily produce the sort of streamlined aerodynamic effect that we might be wanting or the finished product on this work. After all, this is meant to look like a plant tray. And very few plant trays I know have, you know, a vast sequence of outer nodes. The beauty of a plant tray comes usually from within, from the plant on the inside, or from the growing of a plant. If you're starting from seedling. Some of the most beautiful plants I've had have been grown that way. It's always exciting to see how things will grow and change as the plant slowly matures. And when it's a fast-growing plant, oftentimes there are appreciable differences each day. It's really satisfying to see the fruits of your labor come to fruition each morning when you go to water the plants. I personally prefer to water plants in the morning. I don't know about penguins. People have different schedules for it, and some different plants will require watering on different cycles. Most of my experience comes from growing morning glories. Morning glories are fast-growing trellising plants. They're white flowering plants that tend to be in full bloom in the morning hours, hence their name. Now we can see that we've got 3 sides finished. It's really starting to have this smart finish on the outside. Smooth, slightly reflective without being too shiny. We only need a few more of these smoothing outside pieces to finish the effect. And to finish step 10. My parents like to encourage us to have many different hobbies and interests, and so there was a time where my sister and I were taken to a store where we could buy flower seeds, and each allowed to purchase the seeds for a type of flower that we would want to grow. Morning glories was one I picked. My sister preferred zinnias, which are more colorful plants, but slower growing, so you don't get to see the effects quite as quickly. We would put them in these small basins to start off. It was essentially 1 inch by 1 inch square, or really cube, because I suppose they were about 1 inch deep, of soil, into which you would put 1 or 2 seeds each. Anyways, now that we've got all of the sides finished out, this nice smart finish, we can move on to the next step, which is, it looks like we're looking for I believe that is a 2 by 12 flat brick. Should be something like this. About there. And we'll be putting that on top, centered on the long sides, and then flush with everything on the short. So, for example, form a new rim, which will begin to color the, cover the more unsightly colors that don't match as much with the rest of the effect that we're going for. And so we'll have this covering over some of these gray sections. And I imagine we'll be papering over that with something else. Carmen, hello. Welcome to my office, and welcome to LEGO. Now with all these bricked pieces now forming the top layer, we have a nice surface on which we can work and build. And what we will be doing with that now is adding a smooth finish to the outside with new panel pieces. These pieces are merely flat. There's not much dimension to them on the sides, but they will add a nice finishing effect Once again, making sure that everything is centered as we go along. Delphina Luna, welcome to the show. And I would grow flowers as a child. We had these, we had a trellis in our backyard. A trellis, for those who don't know, is a sort of wooden latticed feature in some gardens. With holes along the way that will allow a plant to essentially grow up through it, weaving its way towards the sky. Many trellising plants can grow pretty much as long as there is more height for them, and may bloom several times depending on the amount of height that they have access to them. And definitely no. This is not a Legend of Zelda Lego set. This is merely a normal Lego Bonsai Lego set, and I'll be building the Cherry Blossom version. Thank you for that subscription, not pro yet. I'm still vexed, deeply vexed, that the sound effects are not working correctly. I got this set as a Christmas present. I've been the recipient of many great Christmas presents. Now, you can see it has this smart flat finish now. And so all along, there's a nice smoothing we've been able to do. And so now, we're going to go to the reverse side, and we're going to use some of the remaining pieces we have, which includes essentially, I would assume in other Lego sets these would be tires, but here specifically we'll be appending them to these pieces, these rounded pieces. And we will be attaching these rounded pieces to these flat 2x2 panels, like so and like so, in order to make what will become the stand. You see the rubber texture of these will help make sure that it can stand nicely on a desk without scratching if it's moved. It will be placed at each of the 4 corners. Just so. So as I was saying, I've been incredibly lucky with, many of the Christmas presents that I've received over the years. We are a family that tends to give each other lists of things that we want, and chop off of those. However, I will note that the lists for my parents oftentimes are a bit scant. My dad, because he often cannot be bothered to put one together, and my mother, because, she is very kind and does not ask for much. Both of which are then present challenges to make shopping decisions. But that's where knowing their hobbies and interests comes to be helpful. Now we can see with all of these tires appended, there's a nice stand. And so now it has some elevation. You can see that there's light beneath, and there's a spare tire, and a spare dibble dot. Oftentimes LEGO sets will come with spares of some of the smaller pieces, just in case you lose or drop them. I always find it's important to keep track. Now, with the basic basin done, we're able now to move on to bag number 2, where we will be beginning work on the trunk of the tree. Exactly, Delphina Luna. Exactly correct. And so, eventually, what we're building up to is this curved wooden structure. We're going to start with the round, flat face that will likely be going on top of the gear piece. Just going to quickly check. Yep. So this is our basic platform. We set this to the side. There's once again a miniature bag within the bag. So I'm going to separate out these pieces, sort them, and have them at the ready. Once again, having a tidy workstation and knowing where things go is always helpful. Definitely, you needn't worry about such things if you are in control. Small, gentle movements, delicate work. Everything is manageable and will come out right as rain. Ah! And I see we even have a little frog friend in this set. The small brown frog. Adorable. Ribbit, ribbit, sir. Ribbit, ribbit. Now, seems that we have a lot fewer things in even numbers this time, signifying that we're getting to a more complex part of the build. Alternatively, that there are extra pieces. And perhaps both. I do believe this may be a Lego arm. Is that accent wearing thin yet? How long did I keep that up? Alright, there we go. Thought I was going to do it the whole show. Given that I started without it, I didn't think I would do it the whole time, you know? There is admittedly a part of me that was tempted. Okay. Next step. 2x3. I know, they're so teensy tiny. That's why I'm holding things up closer to the camera regularly. So that way you can see what it looks like. Boop. Okay, now... 2 of these little chocolate bar pieces. Because they truly are so tiny. Looks like a rice cracker snack. I bought rice cakes today. I've been trying to eat fewer processed foods. Because I feel like that's probably a healthier choice for me. Oh, I need a corn on it, please. Here we go. So, again, just another stop on my culinary adventures. And I realized that rice cakes, while they are like a food in a bag rather than like a piece of produce, they have only 2 ingredients. And I feel like that's, well, if you get like normal rice cakes, not like, sugarified rice cakes, just like ones where it's just puffed rice and maybe some salt. Because that's, I like salt. I know what I'm about. Okay, now I'm using one of these teensy-tiny magnifying glasses. Heard a discussion about processed foods. There was an article in the New York Times recently about a study that was going on at the National Institute of Health to determine the long-term health effects of diets that are based on processed foods. Everything who now, what now? But so yours was a lot less scientific. Happens. Okay, now this little shark fin piece. Alright, so now it's beginning to look more complicated. It just, there are things sticking out, it's not as symmetrical. There's a knob or flange. Kept the accent up for about 20 minutes. Not bad. Okay, now... Okay, now I can set this aside because I'm working on another subcomponent. This will be a curving piece, not a hypno. Sugar-embedded wheat flake cereal and desire to consume a warm hot dog. Roast twice tonight. You mess with the bowl. I need this 2x6, and I need another 2x3. Got them. The 2x6 goes on the 2x3. Boom. Like so. Can barely tell. And then I'm finally using this light blue piece. Goes on the side here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Like so. I mean, Chorus would probably be a bit tough because it's, it's a muscly. You'd want to use it for leather, not necessarily for meat. Now, this hinging piece will provide more external nodes atop the external nodes from the blue piece. And there should be, yes, a single flat 1x2 white block to make a weird little sandwich. I mean, I'm sure people would find a use for the meat. Okay, now there should be, yeah, 2 of these long... Oh, shoot. Okay, no, this is fine. I just almost skipped a step. You gotta watch out for that. You gotta watch out for... Okay. I am... Where does that go? I see. I understand. Okay, so then there should be some 1x2s in here. Here we go, here we go. And I'll place these on top of the black panel. Oh, stay put. I'll place the round piece atop the 1x2s. Okay. And now that step is properly finished, and I have this weird little masthead. And now I move on to the next step, which is place this atop. So it seems like the white piece in here, see that white piece? That's just there to make the leveling work with the curved piece, so everything is flush. Now another node. One of these magnifying glass-esque pieces. Well, you can, like, if you look against my shirt, you can see, like, where there's a white piece in here. Yeah. I mean, technically speaking, that door isn't blue. I just covered it with painter's tape. You thought that was a curtain? No, it's a door. Hold on. See? You don't get to see what's behind it. That's a secret. I covered it with painter's tape. Mumfacata, way back when I was first trying out the setups that would essentially become the predicate for streams like this in Study Muffin, I covered it with painter's tape, so that way, if I put something blue on the doorknob, I would be able to essentially chroma key out the whole thing, and I could have like a window in the scene. So now... Okay, so I'm taking two of these pieces, two of these smoothing stepped pieces. They're so tiny. Like, everything in this step is tiny, so just accept that not everything is going to be very representable, and we're going to be working towards a gestalt that will be interesting to look at. Place those like that, alternating sides. Okay, now there are some weird pieces. The next step is weird pieces. Okay. Weird pieces. So these go on the bottom. At differing angles. And then, so now I take the base that I built before. I take this attachment and I stick the nodes that are sticking down in this piece into the hooks in this piece, like so. Okay, that is correct. This is what we want at this juncture. Oh boy, this step looks ugly. Okay. In order to have this scene well lit for your viewing experience, I have a very strong light on overhead, and it's making it hard for me to see anything, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. I need two of these. Well, no, I need two of these. Guess I have ones that go either way. This isn't reversed, no. It must be. Okay, no, I only need one of those. Let's see. So I take this monstrosity of a piece, arrow point down, and need one of these, two of these. Oh, this is a nightmare. Like, the layering on this is just so... ugh. Okay, so... yeah, so I use this home base shaped piece here. Ah, there we go. To make it shaped like this. Then I place this more or less triangular piece on top of this panel. Then I grab... what on earth is that piece? It's this. Ugh. Okay. Grab this, put it here at the top end. Grab one of these long schnoz pieces. Long triangular. Sometimes I wish I had a bigger nose. Okay. Now I finish this section by placing two of these smoothing pieces on. There we go. There we go. And then, yes, it's, yeah, no, it wants me to put it on at this point. It goes onto the base, just like that. So this piece will ultimately cover up the light blue. So it'll go like that. Boom. Ta-da! Sort of a weird pile of brown pieces, but it works. And I guess they have to do like weird piles like this to create the effect of like a trunk that sort of like spirals and turns and becomes a tree. Okay, here we go. This, another schnoz piece, do them flat fellas, home base piece, curve, a triangle, and a half and half. Yeah, exactly, Duffy and Loma, you get it. Okay, so this time I kind of go in reverse at the beginning. Take the curved piece, add the jagged piece, top with the triangle, add the half and half, add the long brown schnoz, then smoothing pieces to finish. Nope. It's fine. I caught it. Oh my gosh, how has it been an hour? It's fine. It'll be fine. Now, place that on the other side, and now it's much more symmetrical. Boom. It kind of looks a little like a warship because of the pincering effect here, but it's fine. Time flies when you build Lego. Yerp? Oh gosh, what am I making now? Okay. So now I'm getting some hinged pieces. Pieces that can open and close. We're going to need a few of those for this section. Just going to grab them now. Okay, so take one of them, Open it up. Place 2 of these circle bricks on the underside. Yes. Just making sure I'm doing it on the right side before I fully commit. Okay. And now, take these other 2, essentially triangulate them into this structure where it's like a 3, but on the back, there's circle pieces on these 2, but not this one. Cool. Okay, now I need 2 different shades of brown 1x2 bricks. The darker brown, which has a hole in it, which can be used with these little red pieces, will go on the outside, and it goes on the outside of the ones with the circle bases. And then the lighter brown, it's like milk and dark chocolate. That goes on the inside. Now what? Now what are we gonna do? Okay. So now we grab this. Oh, looks like we're... No, never mind. Like that. And need both of these. These go together. And then this little... There we go. That little piece goes on top. And then that goes underneath the piece that doesn't have the circle base in this set. There we go. Get that nice and put together. So now we have something with a little more dimension, size, shape. Okay. Next, we're going to take 2 of these pieces with the upward-facing hooks. Going to place them on the ones that don't have the milk and dark chocolate bricks. So now we have some hooks. So I guess that's important. Hooks. Where do you think you're going? And now, dark chocolate flat 1x2 piece, the interior, and this down piece that has external nodes on the exterior. This is like, boy howdy, if you were to just like look at the sort of finished product of these steps, you would never be able to figure out the correct sequence of pieces to get it to go. Okay. So I'm putting the last of the hook pieces. When I say hook pieces, I mean these little pieces that have an actual hook. There you go. They have a little hook. Goes on top of the dark chocolate, putting a hook now in the center of this set of pieces. And then another piece with outside nodes. This is a 2x2 step down external node piece. So now this side has a lot of external nodes. These sides still have the dark chocolate pieces that have the plus hole. A little hook to get your belt loop stuck in. Story of... Or if you're wearing headphones like these... Oh my gosh, I have had, like, my ears ripped off by running past something with a little hook. Not even running, sometimes just walking, you know? Okay. 7 is another 2 hinge pieces. Oh yeah, I mean, people have, remarkable ingenuity with all of this stuff. Twon't be me. For me, following the directions is enough. For something like this, anyway, where it's much more artistic and much less like build the walls of a castle. Okay, now 2 flattening pieces. 1 and 2. I only have, like, this many pieces left in the bag at this point. I'm getting close to the end of this section. Kerschlunk. Kerschlunk. And the last of my round pieces, and... the heck is that? I don't know where my glasses are. Look at this. And it wants that sideways. It definitely wants that sideways. Okay. Say no more, I'll do it. Sideways. And round piece on top here. Yeah, like, there's no part of me that thinks I'll be able to, like, convincingly show you what this looks like on camera. So it's just, like, it's becoming a larger mass of brown pieces, and I will be adding more things to it. And it already has several pieces. Okay, now 1 flat. And the frog! I'm finally using the frog! It's frog time! One of these smoothing step downs, and then the frog. Okay. Oh gosh, what now? Okay. So I should still have, yep, I still have a 1x2 flat that I'm putting the 1x2 with arm on top of. Someone seems to have made a Pizza Hut pizza machine out of Lego. I believe it. Okay, now a horn. There are horns. I want the horn to face south. South-facing horn. And then I append that next to the dark chocolate plus block. Yep, that's correct. Okay, so now this next step is putting this piece that I've been working on with all the little bits and bobs on top of this piece, like, no. That is what it wanted. This is this. It's a match. Okay, now another long schnoz and this piece. Which to me, this piece is like those little like signal lamps that the conductors had in Thomas the Tank Engine. Like just the little like one lamp things. That like the artistry of that in my mind may not make sense to anyone but me, but you know. Just watch a bunch of Thomas the Tank Engine and report back to me. You'll figure it out, I promise. Okay. Oh, so now we're finally papering over the light blue. Put that down. You get it. Yeah. So now you can no longer see the light blue in the back. Okay. Alright. Set this to the side because we're working on another subcomponent. Feels like we're running out of subcomponents at this point, but whatever. Okay, a 1x8 and a 2x6. Both in dark chocolate. And then put the 2x6 on the 1x8. Center. Can you imagine trying to describe to someone how to do this without their looking at the instructions? Oh, I can only imagine it would be a nightmare. 2x6 underneath the 2x6 so that the 1x6 has one node sticking out on the bottom side next to the 1x8. So if you'll note, it's uneven on one side but even on the other. Okay, now here we go, smoothing piece, front, and angle piece goes here, and then step down. Boop. It's there. It's almost like I've made a stick of chewing gum. Chocolate chewing gum, which doesn't sound particularly appetizing to me, but, you know. Okay. Take our last smoothing piece. For the love of... Like, I swear the light in this room is trying to kill me. Okay. That goes there, that goes there. And then I place this on the... It goes on the back of this thing, but where and how? Yes, like... Oh my gosh, it guides you. It guides you. They left holes for the things that needed holes. And it goes perfectly flush. That's actually quite incredible. Someone made a working sewing machine out of Lego. See, at some point it's like, why? Like, let me hold this close. Like, try and see how, like, there's so many layers of pieces in there. They all actually work together, and they make this curved structure. Looks like a horse? Kind of. Okay, now, we're getting close to the end of this stage. Get out 3 of these. Set them down. Stick in some of these. There we go. It's like Tootsie Rolls filled with Twizzlers. Which sounds disgusting to me, but... what you gonna do? Okay, now... they go anywhere where I have one of those plus blocks from before. Come on, come on. There you go. Gotta make sure it's angled correctly. Gotta make sure the wood goes at the correct angle. Now down to final pieces. That goes on the back one. Perfect. Slots in nicely. Oh, and now we're using the wires. It's the first time these Lego vine elements have appeared in a reddish-brown color. Okay. And so I just kind of... Ah, this is what the hooks are for. I see. So we take them both together, braid them around the center, and stick them on one of the hinge pieces. With the magnifying glass looking pieces from the very beginning. So now there's this vine effect. Okay. Now we're using the final pieces in this bag. So we're taking the Lego arm and the two elephant trunks. So we're having the Lego arm grab one of the elephant trunks. Like so. And sticking that on the other flange, I guess. Oh, it goes the other way. Flipped around remarkably well. There we go. Stick this on a little further if it'll let. No, doesn't look like it. That's fine. And then the other one. I guess that's what that's for. Remember that lantern piece from earlier? It had its front-facing node still open. So the other elephant branch sort of shoves in on the back here to create a root. And then I place this in here. Tree trunk! I did it. Ah, I see. So here's what the bag of tabs is for. This is the easiest step so far. They're essentially meant to be like leaves. Or like mulch. So I open bag 3. And there are a bunch of... Ah! No, 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 no! Why would you... Liar! So the picture says that there are 4 different sub bags in here. And there are not. There is 1 sub bag with 2 of the colors. Instead of 4 sub bags, 1 for each of the colors. So it just feels like they didn't need that extra bag. Whatever. And now, shippa 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 shippa. And now, pour this into the basin gently. Like there's enough to really fill it. Don't you think you're going nowhere? Come on, come on. A few more there. These last couple back. Hey now. Now 1 fell on the floor. Oh, this is a nightmare. I'll just get these last 5 out, put them in my hand, and then put it into the basin. Ah, stop! Okay, I'm gonna get these last 5 out and make sure that they're just all sitting on my table. There we go, I did it. Now it has like a basin of pebble. No, no, no! A basin of pebble mulch. Hooray, terrific. Alright. We're now moving on to bag number 5. Bag number 5, where we're going to start using pink frogs and white leaves to represent cherry blossoms. That said, skip to page 53. Put this to the side. Y'all ready to get frogging? Look at this. This is a full bag of frogs. And I've got the small piece bag. I will just gently pull out both the large pieces and the small pieces from this set. Sort them with relative speed. It's like handlebars, Lego man arms, more node panels. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Lego arms. Hook and pieces. There's a piece with a hole in the middle. Actually, there's like a bunch of those. So much hole. Lego pieces, flat panels. Yet another arm. Here, sorted, done, and dusted. Yeah, well, we got plenty of quotes that have hole in them, Mompicata. You're gonna have to be more specific. Right, I'll also put my bag of frogs over here, so that way I can sort the small pieces over here. Let's see! Starts with an H, but not a hypno. Okay. Circle, 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 circle. Circle, circle, circle. You're welcome! Pasha, how you doing? How you been? Lovely to see yous. Welcome to Lego. Welcome to... I'm building a bonsai tree. Right now I'm just sorting... I'm into, like, the 5th step of 6. Things are going well. There we go. So many tiny pieces. But things are going well. Alright. First steps first. One of our handlebars and one of our Lego Man arms. Lego Man arm goes like this, handlebars go like that. Boop. And then I put some leaves on top of there. Like... so... there you go. Like this one and all the other flower and plant ones. They're pretty neat. This is my first time building one. It's not my first time building one of the, like, Lego artistic set ones, but... because I had one that was more like, you know, sort of like make a painting with a bunch of little dot Legos on a Lego canvas. Okay, now I double down on leaves. But I built that, I built that actually one night while I had, like, a fever. And I was, like, hopped up on, like, cold medicine and heaven knows what else. And I was just fully dissociating and just building Legos with color-changing lights going on in my room. It was one of the strangest evenings I've ever spent in my life. Okay, now, frogs. Now it's frog time. I need 8 frogs. I don't know that I have to do, like, the frogs in the exact spots it says. Like, I bet I could frog wherever I want. I don't think they're gonna have me build on top of the frogs. It is so wild to me that cherry blossoms are frogs. I love it. It's a great choice. It's just also hilarious. Ah, actually, that's awesome. What a clever thing to do. Recently, Fortnite added the Cybertruck into the game. The only thing people have been asking is why, and more importantly, why. No, it's fun. I know, I love it. I'm gonna have this sit somewhere around my desk because it's a nice piece. You know, I like functional art, you know? Oh, your vigor level is slacking. How awesome, Togepi. Congrats. I know that leveling at least from Slackroth can be... Oh, isn't that a slow EXP yield Pokemon? So, like, doesn't that one take a while? If so, you know, more power. More power to you. Yep. See, that's what I thought. Come on. I'm essentially, like, shoving leaf fronds up frog holes right now. Just don't think about it. Just... You're welcome, Motherfucker. You're welcome. Actually, come to mention it, there's a person around Jersey City who has a Cybertruck and has been driving it, and every time it's like, why on earth do you have that stupid jackwagon car? Like, it just looks so dumb. Evenly leveling your team boosted experience does go along. Oh yeah, because they're all trade. They're death traps. If you're not driving them that fast, that's like... it's the thing. That's enough frogs. Okay. So yeah, see, like, this is like a cherry blossom branch. Except the pink stuff you see is mostly frogs. Stationary ones can explode? Well, thank goodness. You see? Bunch of frogs. That's good, not for you. I'm glad. Okay, so now I place this... where? Oh, I guess on this hook. They look like pink chocolate. They do! Or like a particular kind of frosting? Absolutely, Mafukata. But you can't eat them. They're mine. Ha ha ha. Here, are these the whole... Yeah, time for the whole pieces. Oh, don't bring that up, Togepi. I'm gonna have to study for the bar at the end of this year. It's fine, I'm not actually mad. Okay. There we go. I loved how, you know, earlier on I was commentating very thoroughly about what I was doing with the building, and now it's just like, I'm building, we're chatting, it's fine. Okay. Flanging piece. A teeny 1x2 dark chocolate. Hook. Smoothing piece. A round piece. An arm. Oh god. Oh. With 101 frogs available, this is the greatest number of frogs used in any single LEGO set. So I guess... oh gosh. Yep. So what happens now is I do this 3 more times, and then I do... a lot of frogs. You have this exact desk? It's an IKEA desk. If so, awesome. I built this myself 4 years ago. Okay, well let's just... I'm gonna build all of those first. So that way, that's just done. Oh yeah, it's been great for me. I've had no issues with it. A screw fell out at one point, but it didn't seem to hamper the integrity of the desk as a whole. And I love the slide in and out that I won't be sliding in and out at this particular moment. But I do love it as a feature. Alright, jam the rod into the hole. There we go. Then the grabby 1x2s. Just gonna literally build this synchronously. Rasha, how you been, by the way? I feel like it has been a minute since I have gotten to catch up with you. Hooky stump. Hooky stump. Smoothing piece, circle piece. Oh! Monfocata, remember this one?
Started about 3 years ago.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, we're not. We don't need to listen to the whole monologue, lady. You're doing really well. You don't get much time online or games since you started your second year post-secondary. Hey! Congratulations on starting your second year post-secondary. That's awesome. It's been great learning how to make video games. That's even more awesome. And trust me, I get that. I did not play much in the way of video games in college. I was super, like, focused and dedicated to my studies. Okay, so now it's literally just, like, throw some leaves on to other leaves, put some frogs on top of those leaves, on the handlebars. It's just leaves, handlebars, frogs, and flowers. That's where we're at. That's all that's going to be happening for the next little bit. It's about 14 hours on campus every day for me. Yeah, it sounds like how I was sometimes in undergrad. And I was in a program where it was not typical for people to be on campus that much, but I was, unwell mentally and overstudying as a result. I got good grades. I got into law school because of it, but you know, could have like enjoyed myself too. And I did. Oh, I know. Trust me, I have enjoyed myself much more in law school. I got the college experience that I missed out on, or at least the parts of the college experience that I felt like I missed out on that I wanted to get. I will never get to be in a fraternity. NYU doesn't really do that, and I think as graduate students, it's not really a thing. But then again, can you imagine me as a fraternity brother? No? Yeah, I'm sure there's like a fraternity for nerds. You know, that would have worked for me. But they still would have had to be like a non-drinking fraternity for nerds. And that's the part where then the circle gets real small. Move these over to the side. Just putting leaves on handlebars. Getting all that set up. Yep. So as an aside, this wasn't actually my plan for the bonus today. I was going to do something else. Pasha, that would be so cool. Well, hey, I mean, the best advice that I can give is start trying to meet people there now to make it easier when you want to, if you ultimately want to get a position with them in the future. Like, get people to like you before you have to ask them for something. That's the biggest piece of advice that I can give. But absolutely it would. I mean, that would be, you know, that would be really, like, such a feather in your cap. As a young professional, I love it. I got to work on some really cool projects in my job this summer, and I definitely feel like I have a deeper repertoire now of like, hey, this is some real work product that I produced, and that real lawyers appreciate it. And I got some extra leaves. No, I don't. I lied. I have exactly the right number of leaves. we go. Just anything but EA. I hear ya, I feel ya, I understand ya, I can invoke that into my spirit. Because, you know, if there's any, like, IP shuffling, or if a smaller studio shuts down or gets bought out, the sentiment there is also anything but EA. Please don't let EA take control of this thing. Okay, let's do flowers now. Because then it will be ruined. We're gonna press in the little pink flowers, and then we're gonna put in the frogs. This way I'm just working down the number of, like, unique things that I need to work with. Getting everything done all at once. There's a part of me that thinks I could be really happy working as, like, a postal worker. Just sorting mail. So if I could just listen to some tunes. And do something that takes 40% of my brain power. I would need something that would use the fuller extent. Am I wearing maroon trousers by any chance? Nope. Black and gray. If you were to work on a video game, you'd have to be the director. Yeah, I know if I were to work on a video game, I would also just be in more like a creative capacity, or like a vision role rather than like a coding and implementation role. Shaggy cosplay failed. I mean, I have these. Also have... Do I have... No, my orange trousers are colorful. I almost never wear this shirt on air because it's green. I'm avocado. If you think I'm gonna wear real pants when I'm just sitting in my apartment, you got another thing coming. It's a nice print. I know. I like it. It's a nice shirt. It's soft. Liquid, hello! Welcome to the Axamin show. Tonight we're doing Legos. Right now I'm putting flowers on leaf fronds, and then I'm going to put frogs on. Oh, I know. We're now on your team. You're all programming and implementation. Did you ever manage to land yourself a creative director role? That would be the dream. Lego time! Heck yeah! We're about to start sticking leaf fronds into frog holes. What was my original plan for... Oh, thank you. Thank you for returning me to the topic. It's a secret. It's a secret, but it takes some prep work. I figured out a way to do the thing that I wanted to do. Okay, frog hole time! Frog hole. The light pink things that I'm putting on here are frogs. And so I have to stick leaf fronds into frog holes in order to make it look like cherry blossoms. It's gonna shock us all. It will be different. And most likely will be a full, but yeah, frog. Here, hold on. You see, they're frogs. I know how to do a playthrough using Just Shuckle. I mean, I know how to do that, Togepi, but I would not do that. Okay, there we go. That one's done. Next. Yeah, I got like 60% of the way through the prep work that I need to do for it. Are those rabbits? No, they're frogs. And I'm sticking things in their frog holes. As one does. The brown pieces on the... Oh, I see. I can see that. I totally see that. They're not, but, like, especially with how they look on the desk, they, like, in the camera, totally look like rabbits. Boing, 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 boing. It's hard to describe what they are, because they're essentially just blobs that are meant to hold tree branches. The rabbit and frog tree. Rabbit, frog, horse tree, because this looked like a horse before I put the first branch on it. Right, last frog hole on this branch. Boom, frog hole. Frog hole time in the future will definitely be a quote where I'm like, was that about like a Zelda dungeon or something? Or like a Mario level? And you'll be like, no, it was when you were building Legos. And I'll be like, oh yeah, in the pink frog Legos. The rabbit and the frog. It's about a jumping contest gone wrong. So many frogs. Alright, there we go. Another set of frogs. Okay, so now I can finish one of these branches. Like, and like here. And then I stick that on Kerschlunk? I said Kerschlunk. 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 Oh, for the love of... No. That's not that way. It's more like... Yeah, more like that. Rotate it. Yo, watch out. Boom. I did, Mafakata. I said it was about a jumping contest gone wrong. I gave the lead. Freddy Frog and Richard Rabbit were rivals from birth. Did I ever play the tabletop game Kerplunk? I absolutely did. The one where you take plastic pins out and try not to drop too many marbles into your zone. I definitely played that. I definitely had... We might have actually had 2 copies of it as a kid. When I was a kid. I think my sister got one for Christmas one year, and maybe we thought we lost it or left it at a friend's house or something, and I think we got another. Either that or like a set of close family friends had a second copy, and so we would play sometimes with theirs and sometimes with ours. Did as well under a different name. Oh, did Kerplunk have to go into witness protection? Kerplunk was fun, though. Because it was definitely, like... it was a very simple game to set up. Because you put in the plastic pins into the, like, sieve to create a lattice work of plastic that would keep the marbles up. And then you take one out at a time and try not to do too much kerplunking. Just let the ball roll down the spiral. It's called tumble. I don't remember a spiral. Kertumble. Kertumble also sounds a little bit like an Eastern European basketball player. Meliotocus Kertumble. Ever had buckaroo? Describe buckaroo, would you? Because what I have in my head right now is Hungry Hungry Hippos, but with kangaroos trying to, like, catch their joeys. There's a plastic donkey. This is not ringing any bells. I remember there was a stupid game that I always... well, stupid maybe is a strong word. A game that was stupidly advertised. Oh my gosh, Elephant the Elephant. That's what it was called. Where it was like a thing. Like a splowy, not vacuum that would spray a bunch of like felt butterflies through a tube, and you as a child would have to try and catch the butterflies with nets. Put stuff on his saddle. After a timer, he kicks his legs up and everything flies off. Okay, so it's another, like, you know, see who can get the most stuff on before the time runs out, before, like, the collapse happens. I feel like all of, like, Buckaroo, Kerplunk, and Jenga are all in a genre, essentially. Where it's like... Not my dad. Sounds like a... Why does that sound like a... What is the game? Dead something. The game that you talked about yesterday. For whatever reason, it sounds like a low budget horror game where dad is like possessed by the devil. Dead by Daylight. Sure. That's yeah. Uh-huh. Let me rotate that just a little bit. It's nice that, like, the leaves are all individually adjusted. Oh, Floam! Oh my gosh. Gooey Louie isn't ringing any bells for me, but Floam? You've fallen down the nostalgia hole. I mean, this is kind of like that night where we talked about the Skydancers TV show, where I couldn't remember that it was a Skydancer show for a long time, but my sister was able to help me piece it back together. Gooey Louie is discussing. It sounds like it. Verticon was such... What is that? Oh my gosh, okay. I was watching the Olympics, right? I was watching handball. I was watching Olympic handball. It was Denmark versus Sweden. So there was a bunch of blonde girls named Sven, just chucking handballs crazy wild. It's information technology research, product development, and consulting services. Yep, sounds right. Had a variant of Buckaroo where you had to fit stuff into the back of the Jeep before time ran out. Ah, of course, the American military training exercise. But so I was watching handball and I was like, what would be, like, what would be a good, like, what would be a fun new sport? Okay, I'll take this first and then I'll talk about my fun new sport. You know, you can use a hairdryer and make a ping pong ball float. Vertical midair combat was basically that, but the ping pong balls had weapons. Was this a video game or like a practical game? This sounds wild to me. Not that wild is bad, but like I'm not fully picturing it. Spin around in the air and hit each other until only one remained in the airstream. Oh, so it was Beyblade, but with ping pong balls in the air. Okay, I feel like I got it. Actually, that's ringing some bell. Like, it's a weak bell that it's ringing, but it's like, there's a ring. Oh my gosh, yeah. Avocado, the one that could be like a bouncy ball, but also a frisbee? Is it like folded? Okay, so I had this idea. This would be like, I feel like it would be a VR game before it would be a physical thing. But in my head, it's essentially, it's like, I don't want to say it's like air hockey because that's not right, but it sort of operates on the principle of like, imagine, if you will, you had like a ball of light that had sort of like a vector trail. And you could throw that, or you had like a high-lie like hook thing you could use to throw it. And then everyone would be able to either via like using their actual body to like block and reflect the light ball, or they could have like, you know, like something to like reach and shield with, to also reflect in like a leap save, and then they can catch by getting in front of like the light ball vector. And like, part of me envisions is like being able to like set up a shield with a certain arm motion, like sort of a ceiling to floor deal. Oh, and the it could also bounce off the ceiling. Essentially, okay, picture this. Picture a perfectly black room where essentially the corners, not the corners, the like vertexes, like the edges of the rectangular prism are illuminated in a light. And you have 3 players on each side of a field who are trying to control the trajectory of like something that is non-physical, and therefore able to be sort of snappily reflected rather than caught and thrown, and is able to sort of carry on, you know, with infinite momentum without having to worry about like air resistance and everything. That's why I say light. And so, but there are certain tools that are built in where either people have like something that they can use to throw it faster, because it would take into account their actual like motion of their throw, the power of their throw. Like I want something that is like that responds to physical motion and power, but doesn't behave according to physical rules once it's been thrown, and there's a particular mechanism to catch it. But the main thing is like, you know, it's hard to catch and it's easier to reflect, and you can reflect it with any part of the body, or with like projections isn't the right word, but like I think about it that way. And the goal is to try and get the vector into the opposing team's goal. And it could be open pitch, or it could be you have to stay on your side. Mavocata, that's actually a great way of putting it, yes. That, but faster and responsive to, like, you know, the more times it, like, gets caught or bounces off things, increase in speed. Yeah, it's like, there's been versions of this before. But the thing that, for me, like, if you were going to make it, like, I feel like it would be so fun to watch if you could get it to actually work in physical space, where it would be responsive to, like, how people actually move and throw. And I feel like as technology progresses, it's perfectly possible that it could, right? Because it's, like, in my head, it's kind of just like a step up from laser tag. It just has to be, like, relatively attuned. But I really like the idea of it, because I can just imagine, like, you can have, like, the color vector be mapped to a team for whoever most recently threw it. Yeah, a non-physical object in physical space. So, not necessarily non-physical, because light has physical properties. By the way. Ta-da! But something that is, like, something that doesn't have to obey air resistance. And is capable of moving, like, infinitely within the play space, like, within the arena. But that can also be, like, stopped and, like, thrown or redirected in response to, like, physical impetus. Like, if someone, like, catches it, like, on this part of their arm, it could bounce up. Like, especially if their arm was, like, you know, moving upwards. Like, something that would be able to respond to physical motion, but not have, like, weight and air resistance. And that's why I envisioned it as light, and why I could see it as a VR game well before I could see it as, like, an actual thing in physical space. Something like a hologram. Yeah! Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so there's one more step that Neon Pwn game from We Play. Again, that, but in 3D space with, like, responsiveness to, like, human touch. Ooh. And to incentivize non-contact, there can be, like, a deactivation that happens if you, like, if you run into someone else. And so, like, the suit that the players would be wearing, because they'd be wearing a suit, would be, like, very clearly illuminated. It would be it would look like Tron. Like, it would I fully admit it's like the vision for it in my head is very like, very like retro future in a way that I dig. Where need these like L-shaped pieces? Oh no. I've got it clear in my head. Yeah. More so, for me, it's like being able to do it at scale, and while also having like the holographic representation, and having it be pretty darn like precise, Like, I would want something that really, like, that doesn't suffer from too much, like, jank and delay in the interplay between physical and digital. That is, like, that's the main thing where I'm like, I don't know if we're there yet. I think we're getting there, and I think we could be there within the next 10 to 20 years. Should see... There's a part of me that's like, I should just see if I can, like, patent this loose idea now. Like, draw up speculative designs, get it in writing. The Olympics 2056. I know, because, like, it feels like, sports are not limited to just being, like, like just man's muscular interventions in space. Like, many sports are, and by man I mean human, not man as in man. Because women can be Olympics. What is this sport called? That, I'm not sure. Like, light, hologram, like, ball, vector, like, any number of these elements could be invoked in a naming convention. So I, could not tell you for sure. I mean, vector ball could work. The other thing that I feel like could be cool about it is I feel like you could definitely have it be sort of tennis-like, where it's easy to have mixed teams, and so it's not nearly as, like, inherently gendered. Especially if it's, like... there's not, like, if there's not a huge advantage to just having, like, taking up physically more space. The problem for me with that, Pasha, is that Roman doesn't rhyme quite right. It's not symmetrical. Like, I like the idea a lot. Considered Domen before because you thought about this. Or Dummen? Would be like woman and Dummen? I mean, let's just talk for a second how the female version of Master is Mistress. The judgment, and that sounds scary. What? Duckish, hello. Welcome to the shop. I'm currently sorting pieces for the final stage. We have our cherry blossom tree with all of its frogs. And right now we just have to build the platform that it goes atop. And I like to have a tidy work area. Woman. Or we could do it the designing room. Where we add a H to the beginning of woman and it becomes woman. Duckish, how you doing? Not hate, H. A H. Okay. Pick one of these and 3 of these. It's just... oh gosh, there are so many 1x2s in this. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Nope, the green leaves are just leaves, but the pink ones are frogs. I think it's because the frogs look like buds. Bad set. I mean, I get the choice they made. Here we go. We're getting through it. I'm sorting. Just so many little tiny doos. So many pieces for this one. I mean, why would you need an army of frogs in any other color aside from pink? What's wrong with pink? I mean, it's not my favorite color in the world, but... woman? Newman? Well, then I feel like we're just inviting a bunch of Seinfeld jokes. I hate that, Delphine Luma. Instinctively. Want more brown frogs, TBH? There was a brown frog in this set. Yeah, so maybe not having the masculinized term be something that's like the power and dominion overall. You know, because feminism? That seems like a good choice. That seems best. Okay. Finally getting into it. I've got everything sorted. Now I can get into it. I'm getting into it. I'm doing it. I'm building slats. I have to do this twice, I've been told. So I'm gonna do these steps. Duo and Toto. This is what He-Man was trying to do years ago. There are other reasons that might not work, Pasha, but you know, I love that you're still trying. I love that we're working the problem. One of the brown rods for each. Yahum. Yahum. And now these squiggle blocks. I got some squiggle blocks here. Look at them. They're so squiggly. Goman. Goman is probably the one that I like most so far. Mumfcata, it's you know, it's a chatty show. We can chatty chat about whatever we want to chatty chat about. And you have inspired. Ivy Sour. Not a Psyduck, but you got an Ivy Sour. Common type. Nice try, Duckish. Don't think I'm falling for the old typo gambit. Now, two of these. Two of these. Yeah, fully realizing that I've more or less stopped commentating on what's happening with the building, and I'm just doing the building. This is like put brown pieces next to other brown pieces and make something that's brown. It's like color theory, you know? Heard of plastic foliage, but this is ridiculous. Oh, I finally got I brought my poinsettias back from the office. My artificial poinsettias. And now... Oop. Oop. Ooh. 2 identical pieces. Done. Just shift some stuff over so I have more central workspace. What amazing archways. So, Delphina Luma, a series of archways is actually called an arcade. So I made an arcade. Where will I put them? Somewhere. Together! I'll put them together. Gonna smoosh them. Smoosh. Not an arcade. An arcade. With a D. Okay, now I'm asked to take these. and place them... Where, pray tell? Oh, they go on the inside. Oh, I see. Exactly. And if the barcade has Frogger in it, then you can usually order drinks there. Now, 2 flat slats on either side. Start polishing. Come on. Shh. I knew it would happen. I had a misplace. First one. Time loss. Reset the run. Not gonna be a golden split, y'all. Not gonna be a golden split. Like, I'm gonna try and do some time saves from here on. I'm gonna try and, like, whittle down a few frames if I can, but... You know, I feel like the run's pretty optimized, so... Gosh, you hate to see a mistake like that this late into a run. Oh, I know, and I was able to get them up pretty quickly without resorting to that. Because, you know, picking up that tool, that'll just eat frames in itself. If you can fix the mistake manually, doing an automatic correction, it's, you know, sometimes it's a harder control input, and sometimes it can be frame perfect, but, like, if you can do it, it's better to do it, because it will save time, but then obviously the best thing is to just not make the mistake in the first place. Yeah, not a gold split. That was a red split, but it's okay. We're still on PB pace. Still on peanut butter pace. Yeah, they've definitely, like, piece removers have definitely gotten more ubiquitous in LEGO sets. They definitely were not altogether that common when I was a child. Every now and again there would be one in, like, an enormous LEGO set. Which is important when you've got, like, just a loose bunch of LEGOs and there are, like, flat pieces in there that, you know, errant, foolish, addle-minded children have put together in such a way that it is darn near impossible without long fingernails to get them apart. Let's see. Ah, I see. Oh, well, isn't that clever? What a neat way of making slats. So, the slats work with one of these darker brown support bricks. You'll put 2 smoothing on top of it, cover the entire dark brown support, and it'll stick out with some wings. And so the dark brown will fit in the middle section, and the smooth bits will go onto the existing holes, and the brown will sit on this layer of pieces that sticks out. And so it's nicely supported, and it creates this beautiful slat effect. And because it's a dark brown underneath, it adds a little, like, texture and shading. I love it. So cute. Heck yeah. I got a slatted bed. Queen size bed frame. $200. That's giving me no problems. Just put a thick old memory foam mattress on top of it. Ooh, you're chilling. I mean, I bought my mattress for like $300 and my bed frame for like $200 when I like had no money and had just gotten my apartment. I probably bought them with my credit card. And they have been serving me and Brian, who uses them when I'm not here, perfectly well. It's not a bed frame with a headboard, which is, you know, a slight downside, but, you know, the wall is my headboard. Oh, I love this song. Oh. Go. Now, working underneath, we're going to use these corner pieces. So they have corners. Put it back in its perfect size. Schlunk. These in. So. What's next? Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna be out of pieces here in just a second. Saboom. Saboom. Now these ones go. There. 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 And that finishes up the stand. Look at that. Look at that handsome piece of milk chocolate. Put on top of it the bonsai tree basin, and that is a completed work, folks. That is a full Lego build in the length of one Axamin show. Very pleased with that. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Music kind of works for this, even if it is from Sticker Star. Or no, maybe it's it's Sticker Album from Brawl. Never mind. Much better. So pretty. Excellent. Set that over here for now, and we'll find a place where that will reside properly. But folks, thank you so much for joining me for a special bonus show with Legos. I hope you enjoyed. I know I have. I'm going to find a place to send y'all for a raid, and then I'm going to turn my AC back on because it's so hot. Oh my gosh. I'm going to send y'all to CJ. S-E-C-K-I-N-G-O. Hope you go and say hello to CJ. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. Next one tomorrow, and I will be back tomorrow night with a video game, I'm sure. Probably. Have a good one, folks.